National Roundtable has an extensive history of accomplishments in advocacy in different areas, from education to immigration to accurate census counts to World Trade Agreements, all on behalf of the 2 million Dominicans in the United States. Our 9th president comes to us with an impressive, extensive background in education, in advocacy, in community organizing, and all-around leadership. The Dominican American National Roundtable is blessed and fortunate to, at this point, hand its helm to a woman whose leadership has marked the lives of many, who has already, at the tender age that she is, left a legacy, because many of our lives and groups that we know lives are before and after. Please help me welcome, with a big round of applause, President Francesca Pena.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
I guess everybody knows that one. Okay, at this time, I am going to ask just for a couple of seconds of silence to our great leader who had just passed, but his spirit is here with us. So let's stand up, and I'm sorry I'm going to have to make you stand up again, to give Nelson Mandela the respect that he deserves, because our ideals are very much aligned with his ideals. Thank you. You may be seated. Distinguished elected officials, dignitaries, higher education officers, students, DANR members, supporters, my family, and members of the National Dominican American Council, greetings. Saludos a todos. Y gracias por estar aquí. I would like to thank each one of you for joining us on this occasion and for your commitment and continued support of our organization. I would like to say that I am grateful to accept the tremendous honor of being the 9th president of the Dominican American National Roundtable. Since its founding 16 years ago, the DANR has been our main forum for analysis to discuss and document how the U.S. Dominican experience unfolds in the United States and territories. I invite you to join us in our quest to advance and in the process to secure a more prosperous future for all Dominicans in the United States. Our Dominican population in USA continues to grow by leaps and bounds. From a few thousand in the 1960s, we are now over 1.6 million as reported by the US Census. After more than 50 years of continuous presence in USA, Dominicans have carved out our place in the fabric of this great country. We have been very busy indeed. along the past half-century. A glance at our profile will tell you that at present, we run over 75,000 small businesses, have more than 40 elected officials nationwide, more than 100 Dominicans appointed to different areas of the public and private sector, more than 100,000 Dominicans enrolled in colleges and universities, more than 700,000 students enrolled in elementary and high schools, hundreds of athletes, thousands of professionals and entrepreneurs. And we represent an increasing purchasing power share of the 1.3 million Hispanic buying power in the United States. The best part is that we are just beginning. We are writing new chapters in our story and shaping the role we play in this land of opportunity. To sustain our success, we shall continue to lead the DANR with firm conviction of purpose. To carry out our mission, our membership has identified 3 areas of focus as the most important. The first is political representation. Our numbers demand proportional representation at the highest level of the U.S. establishment. We are ready for representation in Congress in Washington, D.C. We are ready to send the first Dominican American to represent our community at the U.S. House of Representatives. Some have already said that for us to elect our first congressional representative is simple utopia. To that, let me say that I'm firmly convinced, however, that it is possible now more than ever to elect the first Dominican American to the Congress of the United States of America. To do it, we need to become U.S. citizens, register to vote, and actually go out to vote at every election. To achieve proportional political representation, we also have to learn how to play the game of politics. By voting mindfully at every election, regardless of party affiliation. Let us transcend partisan politics and transnational politics hindering our community's future. Those of us who can should run for office or should help funding good candidates to get elected. These kinds of actions are essential for our political enfranchisement in the United States of America. The second is education. We all agree that education continues to be the base to our success. At present, as I indicated, there are over 100,000 Dominicans enrolled in colleges and universities. This is wonderful. At the City University of New York alone, there are over 30,000 Dominicans enrolled in college and more in adult and continuing education programs. Despite this progress, we need to see ourselves moving upward by graduating more and more Dominicans from public schools and colleges. We also need more Dominicans in administrative positions in higher education and public school systems across the United States and urban centers where we raise our children. We are just asking for a chance to compete. so we are able to increase the number of schools and college administrators, school principals, superintendents, deans, and college presidents. And the third priority is economic development. Considering that Dominicans own most of the small business sectors where they reside, there is the need to implement initiatives to protect them of government abuses, while affording them to funding and technical assistance. We need to help our small business owners so they not only survive, but can compete fairly in a very difficult market economy. Our small business sector is the backbone of local economies in many U.S. urban settings. Our business owners pay lots of taxes, contributing greatly to the development of USA. They provide vital services to our community, not only providing commodities, but also serving as conduit for Dominicans to wire over $3.5 billion to the Dominican Republic, accounting for approximately 6% of DR gross domestic product. To capitalize on replicating these accomplishments, DANR will launch a national small business council to address the needs of our small business owners. So stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, with this plan of action, we are determined to make our individual isolated voices join as one powerful force so everybody can hear us clearly. We not only are helping each other to achieve proportional political representation, to succeed via getting an education, and to protect our small business owners, we also always remember why, how, and when this organization and our community got here, where we are now, and where we are going. We all agree that to carry out this mission, we need to continue building coalitions and partnerships, as we have established with several organizations and leaders, including Somos El Futuro Conference, the Asociación Médica Dominicana, the Association of Dominican American Supervisors and Administrators, ADASA, my colleague, la Unión General de Trabajadores de Puerto Rico, and the SEIU 1199, the City University of New York, yes, the Ford Motor Company Fund, and many other organizations in the public and private sectors. I invite you to join me. Vice President Alejandro Benjamín, Chairman Nestor Montilla, Claribel Martinez Balbolejos, our Treasurer and Vice President representing Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, and our board. Join us not only to bring our voices together, but also to break barriers to succeed. I trust you will join us on this national movement toward a better education, improved socioeconomic well-being for all of us, and proportional political empowerment in the United States of America. Thank you very much for this honor to serve you. I look forward to continue to serve you and our Dominican brothers and sisters as the 9th President of the Dominican American National Roundtable. Thank you.